Alright, welcome back. This is Jack from Sativas. Here we go over what it actually takes to run a successful online community. I see so many people worrying or asking questions. They've got no idea how to actually go about launching their community. So in this video today, I'm going to go over the main challenges that I see or that I've experienced when it came to launching a community for myself or for someone else. So let's get started. Number one, I would argue, is the most important thing you need to consider. Now, this is identifying your niche and identifying a clear purpose. Now, this is not a short-term plan by any means, right? Building a successful community is a long-term investment, not only for you, but for your brand and for the audience themselves, for the members of the community, right? So you'll be involved for a very long time. Now, it is so important that you pick a niche or a topic that you are actually interested in, right? Because as the months roll on and you're spending your time researching and going deep into topics and talking to people, you are going to start to resent it. You are going to be involved with this, right? You are going to be involved with the topic, right? So not only will you start to resent the community and the topic, but you will also start to hate the members. And that is not good news for anyone, right? Now, there's so many different ways online, just YouTube, how to pick a niche. Now, this works for your business, this works for your community. Just watch some of them and come up with your own conclusion. You know what you're passionate about, you know what you like. Just make sure you find interesting, or at least you want to learn more about it. Once you've picked your niche, you'll understand the bigger picture and you'll know the sort of purpose and direction that you want to take with it. But pick the niche first. Say, for example, you pick health and fitness, niche down in something like helping people overcome pain, right? And having this clear purpose will keep you active and engaged, but also keep the audience engaged, keep everyone on the right track, and have a purpose behind you. This is what will keep you working on and in the community. Number two, building a founding member base. Now, this is very easy if you already have an audience. If you have a following on Instagram or any sort of social media, this is very easy to get the founding member base because you just pitch the community to them. They already know your stuff, they already know the value that you provide, and so you can just transfer them straight into it. But a big issue that people without a following have is a cold start. So when they launch the community, nobody joins. And so when other people are looking into the community, they see that there's no one in there and it just gains no traction instantly, starting off the bat. So here's what you can do to combat that. You need to incentivize people joining the community, whether this is through money or pumping them with value or really emphasizing the community side of it and that sense of belonging and a family unit. Almost cultish, but we don't need to go down that route. Money and free value are the ways to go. Now, another thing you can do is create a wait list. This is something I've seen work pretty well, where you don't actually launch the community initially. You get people interested and get them to sign a wait list, and once you hit a certain number, 100 or 50 maybe, then you launch the community from there. Prevents a cold start. Number three, third problem people face, or query that people usually have when it comes to building their online community, is building engaging and relevant content from the start as a sort of instant value. Now, this is imperative because if you were to launch this community and people join and they don't get the incentive, they don't feel like they're getting the value right off the bat, they're gonna leave. That's just how it is. They might stay for a week, but they need that wow factor. They need to walk in and be like, wow, I'm getting all this value for this, for free, for low ticket, whatever it may be, right? You need the wow factor. And so overthinking this part is what is really going to mess you up. You could have a niche that you're not interested in. You could have floods of people or not that many people. But if you have no content of value inside the community, nobody is going to join. It's going to spread. Nobody is going to join. So you need the wow factor. You need instant value as soon as they join. Now, you can leverage AI to build you courses, to build you value pieces, content, everything. Obviously tweak it so it's not completely made by a robot and it's more personalized to you and your purpose and your community. But the more you put out, the better, right? Now, obviously you don't want heaps of terrible quality content, but spend the time to make the value content and wow them when they enter. All right, number four, outreach strategies and actually funneling people into the community. Now, this sort of ties back into the founding member base, but this is a bit more progressed from that. So obviously you have the founding member base, but you need to make sure you've got constant flow of people coming in. So you need to develop a system to outreach to members of other communities, or from Instagram, doing cold emails, cold texts, hiring VAs to do this. You need to automate as much of this as possible because you need to boost the numbers up and get as many people as you can into this community. The more that you can automate, the more outreach you can do. And this is only beneficial to you. As well as this, you need to make sure you're tracking everything, right? How many messages you're sending, how many follow-ups you're sending, how many replies you're getting, what script you're using. All of these need to be tracked every single day, right? So take the time to do it and you'll be very grateful. Start to see patterns between what's working, what's not, what scripts are working, who's replying to what messages, how many messages you are sending to be able to get a certain amount of people into the community. Track all the metrics. There's a great quote: the more ways you measure, the more ways you can win, right? And it is that simple, right? Track everything and you will see where you're winning across the board. Now, to help with these outreach strategies, look at what other communities are doing, watch some YouTube videos. There's going to be some outdated stuff, there's going to be some up-to-date stuff. Partner with a growth operator, with someone like what we do, and they will tell you or give you the strategies to implement right off the bat. Number 5 consideration or issue is setting the right tone or culture inside the community. Now, this is a simple thing to go around. You can create community guidelines set by you from a pinned post or just simple rules, and this, you can set the tone of everything that you want. Make sure there's rules, no hate, no abuse, no spam, none of this bad stuff, all the normal stuff, right? Make sure you set it out, make sure people actually read it when they join the community. You may think it's common knowledge and obvious not to be racist or sexist or all these things, right? But if people don't actually read that, then it's not like it's excusable, but they need to be reminded. People need to be reminded. So do it. Another great way to set the tone inside the community is to try and personally connect with as many people as you can, right? Now, obviously, if you've got tens and tens of thousands of people joining your community, it's going to be hard to, but you're not going to be doing that alone, right? You're going to have a team with you. You're going to have other people below you or with you that you can work cohesively with and really build a personal connection with everyone in the community. Very important. And as well as this, make posts inside the community yourself and use these to set the right tone. So questions, challenges, positivity, all this good stuff. Do it yourself, get it in there, set the tone, lead by example. Number 6 is a big one that I hear a lot of people on and on about, contemplating. They don't know what platform to actually host their community on. So do the research, right? All of them have their own different pros and cons. There's 4 big ones that you're going to host the communities on realistically. Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, big wide audience, but not that great, kind of outdated as well. ClickFunnels, this is more of a business oriented one, so really good for funneling people through the communities and selling them products. Discord is great for the live chat aspect of it and the customization. You can really have a lot in there, but it's a bit of a loose cannon. You got to moderate it heavily. Number 4, Skool. This is blowing up recently. This is what we host most of our communities on. Gamifies the whole system, but obviously it's new and it's very education orientated. So do the research, pick one and stick with it. Do not be building communities here, there, everywhere. Your audience will get confused and they will not join. Just consider what you actually want from your community, the direction you want to take it. If you want to educate people, if you want to create more of a family vibe and really build deeper connections with your members, go with something that has a live chat feature that they can hop in and out of. Alternatively, you can just host drop-in calls on Google Meets or something. So yeah, do the research, pick the vibe you want to go with and stick with one. Last issue, number 7, here a lot of people having this issue is they don't know how to put all the pieces together. So they've got the knowledge, they've got the audience, they've got the skill base, they've got all the things, they know what direction they want to go with, but they don't actually know how to put all the pieces together to make a successful community. So messed up a little bit there. Now, it can be a daunting task to put all the pieces together. There's a lot of pressure. Having a successful community is an invaluable asset to your brand, right? So it only makes sense that it's a lot of pressure. It only makes sense that you got to get it done right the first time and make it work well. So some things you can do is look at other communities, right? There's a lot of successful communities out there. Look through Skool on the first page. These are ones that are blowing up. Or just watch YouTube videos, how I run my community. All these things, right? And look at the strategies look at the strategies they've got in place, look at the way they run it, look at the events they host, these sorts of things, the actual courses they're providing, the value that they're providing to their audience. Take note of that. Don't copy it completely, but use it to your advantage. Just check out the structure and see how it will work for your plan, for your ideas, and go from there. Now, the other thing to do when you're in this situation, which we have seen be the most important factor in boosting online communities, not only from the start, but as they go on, really giving them a clear path, is to partner with a growth operator. Now, these are people, agencies, businesses that will work in a partnership with you and provide you all the structure, all the framework, manage your community. Depending on who you work with, they will do a whole host of other things. My business, we do a lot more than just that. And we sort of provide a plug and play system so that when we partner with a mentor or an influencer, we just give them our framework and instantly launch a very successful community. So this is definitely something to consider if you want instant growth. I hope this helped clear up some of the main issues that I hear a lot of people talk about or worry about when it comes to actually launching their own online community. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, post weekly videos about what it actually takes to run and manage online communities, tips and tricks all the time. If you've got any questions, post them down below in the comments or send me a message, feel free. Me and my business partner will get back to you. Otherwise, have a blessed day and I'll see you next time.